Jamal Munger, and I am running for Vice President of our University of Maryland College Park's NSBE chapter. I am a senior, double majoring in electrical engineering and mathematics. I've had several summer internships with Baltimore Gas and Electric. I've worked as a community assistant at the University View, and this year I co-served as your Academic Excellence Chair. These experiences have taught me not only what it means to be a great leader, but also what our students really need in order to be successful in college. I am here today because I was once the struggling student trying to earn my way into the School of Engineering. I went to an academically underprivileged high school in Baltimore County, so when I came to the University of Maryland, I was unprepared to compete in college. But through hard work, I persevered. Many of our students have similar issues. Either they don't understand the importance of maximizing their GPA by exercising all resources, or they just don't know what it takes to be successful in college. As Vice President, along with the help of the rest of the board, my main focus is to increase our chapter GPA. All of our programs and events we attend in the name of NSBE mean nothing if we cannot be successful as students first. This year, our executive board was overworked, and many of our grades suffered as a result. This is not acceptable for us as leaders in the organization. As Vice President, I am going to strongly aim at increasing membership involvement in our programs and activities so the board is not overworked. However, if we cannot put an event together or we have to cancel an event because people legitimately have to study, then I will fight for that event to be postponed or even canceled. If we want to be successful while in school, then we have to focus when the time is needed. But what about after school or after we graduate? My vision as Vice President is to increase the number of our members who get summer internships and to increase the number of job offers offered to our graduating seniors. We went out to our national convention in St. Louis a few weeks ago, and I believe there is no reason for all of our members to not have had at least one interview with the company. As Vice President, I will ensure that when we go to these types of events with company representatives, that we are better prepared with resumes, portfolios, and interviewing skills so that we can walk away with career-starting jobs, which should be our ultimate goal of coming out of college. So if elected Vice President, I am not promising we will win Distinguished Chapter of the Year, but what I am promising is an overall increase in the academic performance of our members. I aim at working hard to increase membership so our leaders aren't overworked, and so our members can ultimately benefit from our activities. If we work hard in school, then we can reach all of our goals out of school. Thank you.
Me? Yes. Okay. So, as you know, as the Vice President, one of your responsibilities is to be in charge of the board.
Right.
And as we were talking about earlier, that includes keeping them on top of their tasks. So my question is, if someone cannot do their task, what do you plan on doing to make sure it's done, because it has to get done overall?
Overall, well, first I would like to definitely assess the full issue of the situation. So why can't the task be done? If the task can't be done because, they really have to study for an exam, then, we'd have to work something else out. Either we're going to have to pull from other members on the e-board, or even I'd have to step in. I just refuse to let people, people's grades suffer again because of tasks that we have to get done.
I just wanted to know, you said you're stressing academics. How can you ensure that people are doing well in their classes? People could say, oh yeah, I'm doing great. So how can you ensure that? How will you know?
How will I know? I guess I won't know. I can only do so much as a Vice President. It also falls on individual people's responsibility, to communicate if they're not doing well in classes. If you really need, the thing is, I stress academics, and my main thing is just not overworking us, not overworking the board. So if there's a program, yeah, go ahead.
If you don't want to overwork the e-board, how are you going to get the membership involved? Do you have any plans for making our programs more enticing for membership?
Definitely. So I was at the University View as a community assistant, but I was a little more than a community assistant. I was a leasing agent. So I had to sell apartments to people who didn't necessarily want to spend high-end money to buy an apartment. So the main thing with that is you have to reach out to people specifically. You can't just send an email blast. The email blast is like an extra reinforcement to make sure that they heard your initial point. But what you really have to do is go out to people. When you see people in the hallway who you feel might benefit from our society, you have to go up to them and say, let me tell you about NSBE, let me tell you about the Black Engineer Society. And you have to give them a concrete reason why they should attend. I mean, you can't force them to come out, but just putting that in their head, gathering their information, telling them how you can help them, it makes them want to come out.
It was already said, but how are you going to measure that?
The academic performance.
Yeah.
We can measure that based on, we can do like a GPA pool from just based on university ID numbers. We don't necessarily have to gather individual people's GPA, but Ms. Parker can look on the server, I guess, and just see what the GPAs are, and we can collectively put them into an average. So we can compare GPAs at the beginning of the semester to GPAs at the end of the semester.
You stress academics and membership, so I was just wondering if you had any plans, I guess, for working specifically with the academic excellence chairs and the membership chair to, for I guess, programs to increase membership and or academic performance.
I was academic excellence chair this year, and yeah, I wouldn't mind working with academic excellence just to put on programs. I have several ideas that I wasn't able to implement this year, but I guess the importance, like for example, we can implement a program towards the beginning of the semester that really focuses on study skills, time management, and other things that are really important when trying to start off the semester. And as far as membership goes, again, I feel like planning things early and just getting our name out there. Another thing, with the University View, we were really big on like advertisement. They called it like guerrilla advertisement, where we just exercised all opportunities to get our name out there. We had our names going across the buses. We had pamphlets all over Stamp. We had people standing outside of Stamp. We were all over campus just doing different things, handing out T-shirts, this, that, and the other. And I feel like if we really make a serious effort to do that, then we can definitely increase membership.
This is, we need to wrap up. So, these be the last 3 questions.
Okay.
Do I get the camera?
Oh, yes, I didn't see your hand. Last 4 questions.
Great.
So, it was my first conference that I attended, but it sounds like your academic plan is in line with Calvin Phelps' pipeline. So, I know you're focusing on academics amongst current members, and that would help, but obviously coaching academics is going to be instilling it into incoming freshmen.
Right.
And a lot of freshmen know about BES, but they actually don't know where we are. And it's probably because we usually only recruit within EGR, Glenelg Martin, Kim, so on and so forth. So how do you plan on extending our programs to, for say, commons, people who are undecided about engineering but really don't even know what engineering is about, to get them to come and then plant the seed in them so they're successful by the time they get to their senior year? Have you thought of that, as well as trying to not only freshmen but incoming seniors from high school, maybe bundling everyone together so you continuously have people enrolling and succeeding at the same time? Do you have any plans for that?
Definitely. So, like you said, I do think that's a good point that we are only concentrated in the engineering building. I feel like we should definitely reach out to other areas of campus to, just recruit engineers, not necessarily people who are already engineers. We should be trying to get people to change major. And Yeah, I just think that's a good idea. And we should just be all over campus. We can put flyers in Commons. I mean, even a flyer in Commons or some of the freshman dorms would just be a great idea. Let's see, what else? We talked about, could we
Combined freshmen, incoming freshmen, and also, I guess, people who are also starting their senior year in high school. So maybe putting the PCI chair together with recruiting these freshmen as well. So that way you can, like, you're not only having people excel while they're in college, but you're also continuously recruiting people without recruiting. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, definitely. I mean, and we have programs like that already implemented, like Torch. You know, Torch is a program where we reach out to high school students and we try to get them into the engineering school, you know, on Saturdays, you know, to show them different activities about what engineering is all about. But
Well, I guess what I was saying is, I know you have that in place, but these kids come
All right,
here.
Brandon.
Oh, sorry. Really quick. They come and they do Torch, and they go back to their parents, and they tell their parents what they've done, but they don't necessarily tell people in their high school what they've done. So is there any way that you can try to spread that through them as well? Because a lot of people don't know what engineering is, and they find out too late that they want to be engineers after they've already done econ or so on and so forth, because they haven't had the exposure. So do you plan on getting that exposure out through high schools and through the freshmen, through the people that you're already coaching? That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you plan?
oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, it would just have to be a more collaborative effort with the PCI chair, just to really instill that knowledge in the high school students that we already have. And I mean, we can also plan trips out to local high schools, just to talk to classes or, you know. But it all depends on the board, it all depends on our membership involvement, just to get people to go out to do those kinds of things. Because I mean, it really is hard when people have class, during times that a high school would be available. But I mean, if we make the effort, it can definitely happen.
Nicely. My question is, at the end of your tenure, what would you say is success to you, as compared to your predecessor for vice president?
Success as far as the organization?
Yeah,
or
what would the duties of the vice president, what you, like, from what you say today, like, at the end, what would you say is success to you?
I guess success as a vice president for me, I mean, I can't really speak for the previous vice president, but for me, it would just be a chapter where we are all succeeding academically. You know, I just can't stress academics enough because, you know, you see these other societies out here who really have those GPAs. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like they're doing better than us. They're doing better than what we're doing now. That's what I think. You know, we need to create a network. We need to be getting together. We need to be helping each other out. You know, and at the end of the day, I feel like once we have that network where we're able to help each other out, we're able to bring people into our society, and we're really able to make members benefit, then that's success.
All right. So, I liked your speech, by the way, but there it seems to be like you're focusing on one part of the mission. So we all know BES and NSBE mission. So how do you plan to incorporate the entire mission, not just one aspect of it?
As far as
So the mission is to increase the number of culturally black, responsible black engineers who excel academically. So how do you plan on, you know, us succeeding professionally and positively impacting community? Because being on the executive board, I mean, is a privilege. And if you're willing to take that step to be on the executive board to lead, you also should be able to manage your academics also. So if you can't do that, maybe you shouldn't step up into leadership. So to enforce the entire mission, how do you plan on doing that instead of just focusing on one aspect of the mission.
So you're pretty much saying that if you decide to step up to a leadership position, then you shouldn't have to worry about your GPA?
No, no, no.
Or you
No, no,
shouldn't-
the mission encompass.
I mean, yeah, I know the mission encompasses, academically succeeding. It encompasses, being professional outside of school and, being a culturally responsible black engineer. I mean, okay, as far as like being successful outside of school, I talked about in my speech, being prepared for these career fairs that we go out to. I just feel like we should be more prepared as far as resumes, portfolios, cover letters, interviewing skills. So that's
Mhm.
how I, really plan to help our members outside of school. But I guess your main focus is like on the programs. How I kind of downplayed the programs a little bit in an effort to increase our GPAs. Is that kind of like where you?
No, I'm just saying I'm basically saying like there should be some kind of balance. It shouldn't be one focus on just academic excellence and forget the programs. Because when the whole point of the society is to give things that the members need. So if these members need this program along with academic success and community development, how do you find that balance so that it's successfully implemented within the organization?
Right. Okay, I see what you're saying. The balance would just pretty much come from teamwork.
Mm.
I mean, I don't expect everybody to make an excuse for not being able to participate in a program.
Mm.
But if one person or two people can't participate in the program, then another member of the team needs to step up in their place. That's kind of what I'm saying. I feel like, yes, our grades are still at the top of the list when it comes to everything that we're trying to implement, when it comes to the full NSBE spectrum. But, I'm still for all of our programs. I still want to, keep the whole mission alive. It's just
Okay.
that, we still should focus on.
Cool.
You mentioned, given the things that you have said that you wanted to focus on, academics and membership, do you have any vision as to how you might work with the center to accomplish those goals?
Well, working with the center, that's a constant thing. We're always working with the center in whatever we do, any programs that we do. We want to be involved in Bridge, of course. We want to be involved in all of the center's initiatives, like with the Torch. We co-sponsor the schools that you all bring in for us. We want to be pretty much fully integrated with the center as far as any type of initiative.